our DAO members. We are working on a little marketing initiative about the DAO, and I just dropped a photo of what we're going to be doing here with one of our community leads. So if I could get maybe a few of our OG DAO members to submit something like this, that would be great. Yes, I do know there is, you know, the mock-up. Thank you for bringing attention to that. But Piglet, love you. But yeah, if we could just get a few submissions for this, anyone who's willing and been participating in the DAO, I'd really appreciate it. You could slide into my DMs, and that is all I have.
All right, thank you, Lost Local. Awesome hangout. Just started a new recording. GM, everybody, welcome to the Dower for today. So, on our agenda, we have the proposal summaries, and then we have a slot about Aavegotchi v2.1 with Lagin, and then I have some summaries of some other threads that have been active in the Discord recently. So let's get right to it. We have one closed proposal last week, and that was the Aavegotchi v3 revised SIGPROP by Lagin, and it ended December 2nd. And it ended with 55.89% against the proposal passing, but quorum only reached 95.63%. And we will be speaking on the Aavegotchi today later, so stay tuned. Moving on to our active proposals. We have currently active right now. The first one is Gotchi Greeters V2. It's a core prop by Light Piglet, Lost Local, T-Bird, No Futuristic, and Mr. Seb. It ends December 10th. Currently, the voting power is 80% in favor of funding the Gotchi Greeters, the IRL events important to our community, and 107% of quorum was reached for that. Second one is defining the DAO director term lengths and process for future elections, a core prop by Lagin and Phase. This one also ends on December 10th. Currently, 93% in favor of a fixed 12-month term and 104% of quorum reached, so that one's also definitely going to pass. Next one is renewal and election of the DAO facilitator roles, a core prop by Phase, Foreign, and myself. It ends on December 14th. Currently, 92% in favor of renewing current DAO facilitator terms and adding No Futuristic to the team, and 84% of quorum is reached. So it's a little bit to go, so we just need a few more votes for that one. And the last one, the last active proposal is Rarity Farming Season 10, a SIG prop by Aavegotchi. This one ends December 16th. Currently 97.65 in favor and only 67% of quorum reached. So that one also needs some more votes by the 16th, the middle of this month. And those are the currently closed and active proposals this time around. Now we can move on to the discussion slots. We have the Aavegotchi, I believe it's V3 now, slot with Lagin if you're in the house. Hi, welcome.
Hello, hello, GM everybody. I won't take too long today, guys. I just want to share a couple things. So yeah, the proposal did not pass, and we've been working on a updated proposal in the last week or so. So I'm just gonna drop a quick summary of the updated idea. So looking back at like most of the comments that I got from the votes, most people were just concerned that there was no ROI basically in the previous proposal. Like we didn't plan to build any of the revenue generating mechanisms or anything like that. It was mostly focused around PvP and finishing all the wearables utility and stuff like that. So that didn't pass. So we restructured the offering, and I think we came up with something pretty cool. Here's a little uh, summary of the new idea, and basically it strips away everything that's not directly tied to generating revenue or building awareness, acquiring new users. So the plan is there; it's set. Um, as part of this plan, there's also something else that I want to announce, which is I just opened this new thread about it right here. Oh, I see no futuristic is posted there as well. Copy link. Yeah, so we're going to be expanding the team. We're going to need to be expanding the team for this next update. And one of the key roles that we need is a marketing lead. Um, it's clear that marketing and revenue are basically tied hand in hand. And in order to maximize revenue, we're going to have to really push the marketing and really think about where the users are coming from and try to acquire them. So it just makes sense to have a dedicated person to do that. And so here's sort of like a job description that I hope people will apply to. Um, the second position that we're opening up is we need a numbers guy, basically, like someone to handle the economics. I offered the position to Mikey, but he wasn't able to commit to that. So I'm gonna be posting another ad for that. Basically, somebody that's good with numbers, somebody that can balance out all of the uh, all the math basically that's going to go into this, from the building blocks, like supply and their minting costs, to um, the actual like jackpot odds and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, I'll be posting another ad for that soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, Let me just drop that image that I dropped last time, just to remind you guys of the concept. If there's any questions, here it is. Oh yeah, I have one more image I can share with you guys. Sort of, it's like a little bit of a rough sketch, kind of showing what this mission's marketplace idea would sort of look like. Let me just find that real quick.
Okay, so you're making like a loop with creators, the DAO, the players, and the in-game jackpot. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So everything's tied in together. Um, the Our two main like sources of revenue are the building block sales and the token gated missions, and they tie directly together. The building block sales are also going to be a key aspect of our marketing campaign. It's going to revolve heavily around that. And basically, this is the idea. So people are going to buy these building blocks, and they're going to be able to create maps. So if you look at this second image I just dropped, on the left hand side, you have like a list of different missions, and in there you can see like a preview of the map, the title, the mission level, how much it costs to enter, and like a little preview of the rewards. And if you click it, the panel on the right is like an expanded view, so you get the details, the objectives set by the creator, the components that went into making it, so the which building blocks were used, which will ultimately determine the level of the mission, the entry cost, and the jackpot odds. Um, and then you can also set requirements. So you could say, for example, only gotchis with 600 BRS, or only gotchis with 2000 XP, or only people who own a Portal Mage axe, or whatever, um, for your mission. And then there's the rewards at the bottom. So the rewards are split into two categories. Um, One would be like in-game stuff or anything strategachi related, whether it be points, XP, or even NFTs, like characters and building blocks. And the other category is the jackpot, which is straight ghost. And the jackpot is the main thing that uh, which will drive the players to pay to play. Um, I base this concept on pay to earn from the Alchemica spending competition, which we've seen has always done well, and you just give people an opportunity to make some money by spending some money. And so I figured, why not take that concept and gamify it further? And this is what we came up with. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to take them.
Okay, so the creators charge the entry fees, correct? And
Okay, they don't charge the entry fee. The entry fee is like it will automatically be generated based on what you put into your map. So, for example, let's say you bought like some godlike building blocks, super rare. Not a lot of people have them. If you create a mission that contains godlike building blocks, it will automatically be a certain tier of a mission. It'll be a higher tier mission, and that will automatically have a higher entry cost because it will have higher chances of gaining rewards, basically. So people can play according to if they desire like a more challenging or a more unique mission, or they could be playing based on their like risk tolerance, you could say. Some people may want to, you know what I mean, like maybe risk up to 5 ghosts or more to try a mission that will potentially yield them hundreds or even over 1,000 ghosts if they hit the main jackpot. Other people may want to put like 1 ghost or less, you know what I mean, to try for a smaller jackpot. So yeah, that's the concept basically.
okay, that makes sense. And the rewards that you get from for defeating the level are separate from the jackpot, right?
Yeah, so the in-game rewards will be separate from the jackpot. The in-game rewards are like guaranteed rewards, and the jackpot is like you have a chance to hit it or not. The material says one thing to keep in mind when comparing the outcomes is that although they sunk around 300% of Alchemica compared to the equivalent ghost cost, the players were then also earning Alchemica on top of the ghost rewards they earned. It was Ponzi on top of Ponzi. Okay, good to know. I mean, regardless, I still think the structure makes sense as long as there's incentive and the jackpot is growing daily. So the idea is to seed it from the DAO. There'll be a certain amount of ghost allocated to this, which I think would be best to just break it up into daily uh, little boosts. So 30 ghosts a day, 50 ghosts a day, whatever it may be. As that jackpot increases, people are bound to take a shot at it. Um, and I think that ultimately will end up generating revenue. I think it's a great model for the ecosystem. Planning to use it for great battles. Amazing. Coder Dan agrees, guys. So yeah, I will. I'm trying to get these two new team members locked down, and once that's settled, I'll probably be releasing the final proposal here. Um, and yeah, I think this one will probably be the last like attempt. So I think, it's it's a good plan. It kind of answers the feedback that we were given, and it looks at generating revenue and acquiring new users, which I guess we all agree that's the top priority right now. So yeah, hoping that this one passes and we can get that up soon.
Yeah, me too. You definitely added a lot, and it, and it looks really great. Yeah, it sucks that it's on the game developers' shoulders for the marketing, but yeah, we got to do what we got to do to get the new people in here. Um, so yeah,
Right. I mean, that's the. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to fall on my shoulders. I realized I just gotta be the one to find the person, basically. Because I was saying before, it would be nice. It would be nice to have some support from the DAO. But yeah, like there's a way to get that, but you just gotta ask, you know. So I'm asking people to step up, and hopefully we'll get some good candidates, and we'll be able to choose someone to be a rock star and get all that done for us.
yeah, definitely.
The numbers are super key lagging. Kind of need to have that sorted before asking for funding. Yep, definitely. This is as I said, I um I spoke to Mikey J about that directly. I told him that I'd love to have him on our team to fix the numbers for us, but he wasn't available. He actually recommended Al, so I'm actually speaking with Al about that right now. And yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes. And we're definitely gonna get that locked in before anything, basically. I mean, I've already kind of put together the costs that will go into the development side of this thing. So I'm just waiting to see um, basically the economics guy um, to finish up my cost analysis, and then yeah, I'll probably present something.
Great.
Any prop to fund the numbers economic research first. Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely something that I'm gonna have to. I mean, I don't really know how much time or effort would go into this thing. So I'm asking right now, and I'm waiting to hear back. And yeah, if it turns out to be something that requires me to step back, basically, for a bit until that's cleared up, then we don't mind doing that as well. Which numbers exactly? I think he's referring to like the general like balancing of the economics of this whole idea, like how much things are gonna cost and how um the jackpot odds and all that stuff. Supply of the building blocks. I think that needs to be nailed down in a way that makes sense and like uh guarantees that we're generating revenue, costs and revenue estimations.
Yeah, and probably there needs would need to be an algorithm made to generate the entry fees and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I mean, I came up with like a like basic structure that I kind of made sense to me, but I'm not really a numbers guy, so definitely somebody else could do a way better job at that at me. Really nail it down. I remember back in the day when the reason I approached Mikey was I remember back in the day with the what was it I guess it was the crafting of installations or something like that. There was recipes that Pixelcraft put out that ended up being changed, I think, by Mikey J's recommendations. So yeah, he was the first person I talked to about this. And like I said, he told me to hit Al up. So we've been talking in DMs.
Yeah. So, all right. So once
And
that
that is it for me, guys. Just see if there's any more questions coming in, and if not, then
yep.
I guess we can move on.
All right. Thank you, Lagan.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for coming up. Looking forward to the proposal, and you've definitely had a productive time since the last proposal. Coming up with the new idea for the new version, and so I'm glad to see it, and hope it passes.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, so moving on, we don't really have any other speakers, but there has been some activity in the DAO forums recently. We have the 4 seasons of Rarity Farming as we know it. It's a thread by Phantasma, and I can paste that one in the chat right here. The question posed for that one is, should we commit to and protect rarity farming for 4 more seasons? And the possible solution posed was for the DAO to send 1.5 million ghosts to the rewards wallet as kind of like an insurance and a way for us to commit to the seasons of rarity farming as we know it, because it's under like sort of an evolution of sorts. It'll need to be changed to adapt to like the new ways of doing things. So that's a really interesting one, and if anyone has any opinions and ideas on that, go into that thread, and maybe we can get something solid together if it's a popular idea. Next, we have handling future DAO project funding, and that's a thread by Mikey J. And that's the link for that one right there. The problem here suggested is the overfunding of game development projects without significant quality control or cost analysis. And a possible solution would be allocating an annual budget and or structuring competitions like game jams, etc., for the developers to join in and get their game developed. A lot of people in that thread seem to agree that a budget is essential for the structure of DAO funding. And I think a lot of us in the community would have to agree with that, because that way we have like a set amount instead of just people asking, like developers asking for money and the DAO shooting it down, or the DAO like running out or giving too much money to the funding. It would definitely provide more of a solid solution. And I know that, Al is volunteering to look at like the numbers stuff. Thank you for that. That's really helpful. To look at like, yeah, so as a community, we could probably just figure that out. So hop into that thread if you have any ideas. And yeah. And the last one that I have written down here as an active Discord thread in the DAO forums recently is the AAA datasets, epic conversations in our Discord history. This is a fun one. It started by Ricky J. And here's that one. I'll link right there. And a few highlights of that one are so it's basically a thread about it was made to lightheartedly commemorate key moments in our chat history as a community. And a lot of people chimed in with some fun things that happened in our Discord chat over time. And some highlights are, when someone accidentally sold a 1200 ghost gotchi for 1 ghost, and Bearded had bought it and sent it back after seeing the message, and that was really wholesome. That was a really good memory that we have. And then there's also the 3D ghost coin backside symbol looking like a butt, which is kind of a good point. I never noticed that before. And then there's reference to the Portal Wars chat, and that was a really fun one. There's a lot in there, so a lot to that one. So if anyone wants to look at some wholesome moments that we've had as a community go into that chat. I miss Porta Woolers. Yeah, Thrax, that's a good point. It was so interesting watching like the portal wars going on, like with the portals. You didn't know what you would get. I don't have any other threads that that I had seen that I had written down here to give updates on, but yeah. It'll be a short DAO call today unless anyone wants to step up and talk about anything else.
Nothing on my side specifically. Just wanted to give an update. We are finalizing the bridging for the Aavegotchis, and that will include the collateral withdrawal. So the current implementation is any ghost or collateral inside your gotchi will be returned to you when you bridge it. So just to let everyone know about that. I think it's just easier to have the ghost and the collateral go back to the owner automatically. You won't have to really unstake it. You can if you want. There'll be an option. There'll be a button for that, but it will automatically go back to your owner wallet when you bridge it.
Okay, and what chain will the collateral end up on when you bridge it?
So the like Ma token or AM token will be refunded back to you on Polygon.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, question from Goobs. Do we know when the ecosystem wallet will go live? Sorry if it was mentioned previously.
Yeah, so it is live. Part 1 is live in the fact that you can connect across different apps now if you use the partner ID. So for games like Dropped or Stratagotchi or Gotchi Battler, I would highly suggest that you guys start integrating the Third Web V5 SDK with the ecosystem wallet. We'll have some docs around that fairly soon, but it's basically just use V5 of Third Web, use that for the login, and then it's going to give you an Aavegotchi ecosystem wallet option. So when people log into your game, they'll be able to use the same social wallet that they got generated from the DApp, for example. And then you'll be able to go over to the DApp and link your EOA wallets, like your MetaMasks or your hardware wallets that have all your gotchis, to that social wallet. And then that'll solve a lot of the issues that we're having with like hardware wallets or different like just edge cases. So that's part 1. Part 2 is actually being able to view the gotchis and the badges that you've earned in your linked wallets. And that's something that the team is now that the feature itself is rolled out, it's a lot easier for them to implement that. So front end team is going to be working on that this week and next week. So I think it'll be live like before the team goes on break. So Green says, is it really hard to put a function to exit collateral on Polygon for your Gotchi Spirit Force? No, I said you're going to have 2 options. You'll be able to, it's going to automatically get withdrawn when you bridge. But if you don't want to bridge, there's also going to be a button on the site that lets you withdraw it. And there'll also be a function on the contract as well. So if you don't want to bridge, that's fine. You'll be able to withdraw it manually. So that'll be cool. And then we do still have plans for the new kind of staking gamified staking program on Geist. Should have more details on that fairly soon, probably after the new year. But it's I think it's going to be pretty cool, and that's going to basically make gotchis into what they always should have been, which is NFTs that hold their native token inside of them, rather than a bunch of A tokens. We love the A tokens, but I think this unifies the ecosystem a lot better. So yeah, that's all I have on my side.
Before, wasn't it a thing that your gachi would like die without its spirit force?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't die, but you can only, like, you have to sacrifice it to get it out. So it's not that it's like dying; it's like you're actually killing it to get it out.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, yo. Thank you, Coder Dan.
Yep.
And I believe that is all for today. And someone asked earlier, will the AAA datasets be used to train AAA? And I think that is the idea, because, any Aavegotchi bots should remember, like, the main, jokes and things about, Aavegotchi by the community. So I think that would be the idea for that thread. Just to answer that question. And yep. I think we can wrap it up now. It is 10:33. This was a very short DAO call, but I think it was a pretty productive one nonetheless.
Cool. Thanks, Roxana, for hosting. And everyone, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.
Yep. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right. Stay safe. You're out there, friends. Later. What
Peace.
should I say? I'm gonna go to what did Hawk 2 say? Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah. Night
See you,
night.
friends.